Finally, it has rained, and I am so grateful for it. Now, I put down this mulch on my garden. This is the passion fruit vine. I was hoping that I could use this passion fruit vine to retain some of that rain, that moisture in the soil, but it's really not tickling my fancy. I don't like how it looks. So I'm pulling this vine towards a struggling golden apple tree or pumpkin tree, hoping that this mulch that I'm creating around this tree can help it survive. Right now it's just a lone stem in the ground. There's no foliage on this branch, this one stem, but the stem is still green. So I'm hoping that by creating this mulch around this tree that it will somewhat bounce back and thrive once again. Next to this golden apple tree, there's a guava tree that I pick up guavas from every day. And guys, right now I will show you later down how much guavas I've been able to accumulate over the last couple of weeks. So since I've moved that golden passion fruit vine, I have to find a different source of mulch, and I found it under this mahogany trees, some beautiful leaves that are already starting to decompose. And so we're going to rake up as much as we can and use it in our garden beds. The cool thing about growing in the Caribbean is that there's a lot of material that you can find everywhere. So I forgot here my amendments. I'm planning to plant squash in this area, so I need to heavily amend it because that is a very hungry plant. So I'm amending it with some rabbit manure, and then we're going to place the mulch on top of that. Because it's sandy loam, I'm not too worked up about working it into the soil. I'm just going to allow those nutrients to trickle down slowly. Now ideally you want to have a couple inches of mulch, but right now this is all I have, and we're going to use what we got. Isn't this looking much better than the vines? I certainly love this more. So after working so hard and sweating, perspiring so much, I need to get back some electrolytes. So I am picking this coconut. It's a Japanese coconut. It's a small coconut, but it has a lot of water in it, and it's very tasty. What I'm loving about this small island living is this, guys, having these things at your doorstep. It cannot be measured. No, baby, you gotta go. No more passion fruit vine for me. This week I'm just trying to get the garden in and get all the chores finished. So here I'm putting the guavas that I picked this morning into that bag. Can you see how much it is? So much, guys. Just a little at a time, and the bag or container will surely fill. So I'm just putting these guavas away in the freezer before I forget them on the table and fruit flies come by. And the next thing that I have on my list to do is some yams. There's some sprouting yams on the counter, and I want to cut up this yam because the root crop planting day is coming up pretty soon, and I would like for this yam to color. So as you know, back in Trinidad in our container garden, we planted yams in sacks, and it was a success. So I am just cutting up this yam because it's pretty long. I don't know what type of yam it is, but we're cutting it up because I'm seeing sprouts along this yam, and I'm going to try to get 3 plants from this one yam. And so I'm cutting it up, and I'm going to the burn pile to coat it with a bit of ash, and we're going to leave it on the table for a couple days just before planting day. That split you're gonna leave for the chickens, right? The last thing on our list today is these pomegranates. Since it rained, a lot of them are starting to split on the trees, and so we need to get these pomegranates, the ripe ones that are ripe. The ones that are ripe, we need to get them picked and we need to get them in cleaned up and put into the freezer. You guys, it's 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just looking at the calendar and I'm noticing tonight is a planting night. The 10th and the 11th of September is a planting day, and I have some squashes that I want to get into the garden. Now, fortunately for me, this evening I watered the beds that I prepared, thinking that tomorrow was the first day of planting, whereas today, is the first day of planting. So I'm gonna head out there and get these squashes in the ground tonight so that they would have less plant transplant shop, and we can get another thing crossed off the list. Good. So we got the squashes in the ground. We took advantage of the first planting day, which is the 10th of September. And tomorrow we will plant out the yams and other things that I think that will be ready to plant out. I'm not too sure yet, but tomorrow is the next day. But at least today did not go dormant. Good morning. Good morning. We are on the last planting day today. I don't have much that I can plant right now, but we're going to focus on the yam definitely today, and we're going to focus on contouring this garden bed. We have decided that we are going to make the beds towards the gate. The reason being because it's sandy loam, when it rains, the water may wash away the soil very easily, and so we decided that we're going to go against the slope so that we can at least retain the soil and have less soil erosion. So we're going to make the beds along the curve of the driveway. I think that would look good if I can get the beds to curve a little bit to stay with the grade of the driveway, and that having tiers of that coming down would look really, really good. Now I'm hoping for at least 2 to 3 feet walking path between, because I've learned in the container garden how important being able to walk between your rows are. So now that I do have the space, I want to use it. So I don't want to be cramped. And I'm not a particularly small person. I'm not ginormous either, but I would like to know that I could walk through the paths, and others as well, the kids, to be able to walk through the paths easily without having to, tippity toe between the beds. So we decided that we're going to make the beds, guys, towards the gate. That way, in case we do have heavy rainfall or a storm, that the soil will not wash away and wash down the slope. So we contoured the bed so that it would, lessen runoff, quick runoff, we should say. And so we decided to put the beds going this way. That's just to mitigate um, the fact that we have loamy soil, a sandy loam, and that is quite easy to ago when I was making these beds. It's the first time in my life I've ever made garden beds without a fork, a garden fork, and a pickaxe. I just had to use my shovel. At points, I used a hoe to get through the coconut roots, and all I had to use was my shovel. It was so soft. The soil is so soft. It's scary. But that's it. It's sandy loam, and I know that as fast as water goes through it, that's as fast as the plant will lose water because it's so, porous. It aerates so easily. So we'll see. We'll learn together how you can deal with the challenges of growing in sandy loam. The positive so far, it is easy to maneuver, to dig through, and as we're growing, we're going to learn how we can keep nutrients in it and grow the garden in it. Now behind me here, you can see this ginormous mound that I need to move today. This is the last day of the week. Today is Saturday the 12th, and I don't want to have to deal with this mound again. So I want to move it today because we have other projects that we need to do, and I just want to cross this off my list, my to-do list. So I'm going to attempt moving this mound today. Right now the sun is beating down really heavily on it, so I am just going to go and I'm just going to go and take some pomegranate pods out of the pomegranates just to try and kill a little bit of time, and when it's a bit cooler, we are going to tackle this mound together. Oh, before I go though, I want to mention that I started some seeds, and the leaf miner came through and laid eggs on all of my seedlings. Right now there are tunnels through everything. Most of my seedlings have died back, and I'm going to have to start that over, so I'm going to be behind time. So as I said, we're going to take those pomegranates because they've been there all week and they started to get soft spots. So I'm going to start taking out as much as I can, as well as I have some couple of plants, a pineapple plant, pups that I want to get into some soil, and I also have a bit of seeds that I cheated using the napkin method, and I want to get them into some soil this evening. So I'm going to do that while I wait for that blazing hot sun to move from that mound.
Mommy, I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
You watching me? You watching me?
Yeah. Hi, Mommy. Mama, I see you. I see you.
Huh?
I see you, Jasmine. I see you over here.